Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. Manchester is red again. First half, fantastic advertisement of football. Two teams going at it. Defensively, not at it at all. And we exploited Man City with the pace of Rashford and Dan James. And we looked good. City looked alright going forward as well. But after a long stint of VAR, which is good and it's bad, we got a penalty, 1-0. Martial made it 2. Rashford again, smashing against the bar. This lad is going to be a legend, an absolute legend. And the second half, Manchester United sort of slacked off. Well, expected really, because City had to come at us. And they threw everything, got one back, and a great save from De Gea at the end preserved us the victory. And like I say, good night Manchester to be a red, innit? Amount of times we've had been spanked by them, take it on the chin. And I totally can't wait now for the next Manchester United game. Ollie's at the wheel, like I say, the haters. Where are the haters now, eh? You all go back under your little rocks, eh? For the next time, then you bitch and moan. So, like I say, if you don't want to back Ollie, fuck off. Get out the club. Right. Hated adored, never ignored. Manchester is red. Good night.
Manchester City 1. Manchester City. I knew you said Manchester City then. Manchester City 1. Manchester United 2. How's that feel?
That was absolute class. What a performance. Every single one of those players put their heads down and they got going. They knew what this meant for the fans. They did this for the fans because we deserved that. We had to put up with their singing and stuff throughout this entire season. But the players did a job today. They were absolutely immense. This is my first ever away game.
Your first ever away game? You need to come to more away games. I tell you what. I mean, yeah, loads of times I want to City, loads of times I want to see us win. But you, this is your first away game. You've seen a win against the champions.
Yeah.
What was the difference today, do you think, in the two teams? Because on paper, you look at it, you think City might be stronger, but different story on the pitch. Why was that?
I just think the players were very motivated. But they've been motivated for every top 6 game. That hasn't been a problem. It's our motivation in the smaller games. And, that's where Sir Alex was so good. A big game and a small game were all the same. Every player was motivated for whatever. So now Ollie's got to find a way to motivate these players to play like that against the smaller teams.
Do you think Ollie is the right man for the job? Because he's been getting a lot of stick. I know this sounds like a silly question after a win like that, but he was getting all sorts of stick beginning of the season, or not beginning of the season, sorry, beginning of the week. He's had 2 massive results. Has he shown that he's the man long term to take this team forward, take Manchester United forward? And he said this team here, not these lot, take Manchester United forward.
I'd like to see him get backed and then judge him after that. How he does against the smaller teams, judge him after that. Because we've never had, since the time he took over, we've never had a problem against bigger teams. So let's give him a chance. Let's give him a good January. We're 5 points off top 4, 8 points off City. I mean, when I said we can catch City on Wednesday, people laughed at me. We're only 8 points off.
Yeah, they're not laughing now, are they?
No, 8 points off. Top 4's there for the taking. Today was a big win considering Chelsea dropped points. So it was a big, big win.
You mentioned about backing Ollie. 3 signings that have happened under Ollie: Gunnar, Solskjaer, Dan James, Harry Maguire, Adam Wan-Bissaka. Talk about them 3 players today.
Harry Maguire, he led that defensive line like a captain. He was absolutely unreal. We looked so safe at the back. Dan James was an outlet throughout. He just got at everyone. He always looked like a threat. And what can you say about Wan-Bissaka? We had to put up with Valencia and Ashley Young. We deserve that. That's a right back we deserve, We had to put up with too many years of Ashley Young at right back. But again, some of the changes, I don't know, like Pereira coming on, it changed the game for us. Because we looked a bit shaky there. I mean,
still think Ollie has got a little bit of work to do on his substitutions. All right, he got a result today, but I've heard a couple of people criticising his in-game management. Is that still something that worries you a little bit?
I think it has been a problem. Also, going to a back 5 every single game when you're protecting a lead, it's dangerous because you're set up to be a back 4, the organisation's there, and then you suddenly change it. There's always going to be confusion because now whoever was man-marking someone has to change because there's an extra man in there. So it is dangerous changing formations and stuff. In terms of personnel, to be fair, he couldn't bring on anyone else. Okay, Martial might not be 100% fit to play. He might have to come off. That's why we need to back him get him some squad depth, and push on. We can have a good summer, a good winter window. We can go on and we can catch top 4.
You think we can get top 4 then?
I think 5 points off, I think we can get top 4.
Top 4, you heard it here. Thanks a lot, Trevor.
Cheers, mate.
Good to see you, mate. Where have you come from?
South Africa.
South Africa, there you go. It's just so obviously Manchester's red, but it's good to see fans coming all the way over from South Africa.
Mate.
Well done, mate.
All the best.
Take care, mate.
Where's Adam?
He's off today. He's stuck with me, mate. He's stuck with me.
You look better looking.
I like you, mate.
I've been on Paul from Jersey.
Paul from Jersey, I know Paul from Jersey. I've got Jay at FullTimeDEVILS, I've got Paul from Jersey, and I've got Joe. Paul, start with you. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. Make it out.
Brilliant. Great performance. I put them down for 2-1 and all. So
Did you?
Won a few quid.
Oh, mate, nice one. Well done. What do you think the biggest difference was between the two teams today?
United wanted it more. I think everybody played. They raised the game and they really sort of like dug in and said, right, we're going to win this. City are going for the title. We're still in transition, but let's show them we're still the best team, the biggest team in Manchester.
Joe, someone said to you on Monday, we're going to beat Spurs and then we're going to beat City. Would you believe it?
I believed it. I had a -1 on City 2 today. To be honest, I'm a diehard United fan, but I never expected to win. But the pressure was on Ole, 2 big games against Spurs at home. They were favourites at home at Old Trafford. Imagine we won the game, and today we wanted it more against City. Took our chances, hanged on a bit at the second half, and we managed 6 points. It's a bit hard losing the points against Villa and Sheffield United, but we can hopefully, if we make a big run, we can hopefully make the top 4, which is still sad as a United fan, but it's the minimum that you have to make,
Well, what do you think it is about the big teams and the big games that's different about this United team? We took points off Liverpool, no one else has done that. We beat Chelsea, we beat City, we beat Leicester, we beat Spurs. Why do you think we keep beating the big teams?
The players, sometimes the players have got to take responsibility. The managers always get the flack, but the players go out there, they've got to raise their game, not just for Liverpool, not just for Tottenham and City, every game. When we play against Sheffield United, when they played us, you've got to realise they want to beat us, but we have to match that with their passion and have control. We could have won that game easy, but we didn't put away the chances. You've got to realise when you're Man United, teams play against us, they raise the game. We raise our game against City and Liverpool. We've got to do it consistently, and that's what Ollie's got to do. He's got to get them guys saying, listen boys, you've got to do this every week, week in, week out. You play for Man United, the biggest club in the world, do it.
He says playing for Manchester United, biggest club in the world. Do you think these players are playing for the right manager?
Look, it's a bit of a harder question because Solskjaer was a legend at the club, so sometimes you're a bit blind when you give an answer like that. I love Solskjaer as a player, I love him as a person. Is he the right manager? It's still 50-50, but we need a more experienced manager, to be honest. But we had more experienced managers like Van Gaal, like Mourinho, and they achieved nothing, so...
Do you think if Ollie, at the end of the season, I know it's a big if, but let's just say, if at the end of the season we're, say, top 4 and we've won a trophy, has Ollie got the job permanently then, or do you still think...
He would still get the job, but if he wasn't Ole Solskjaer, a legend, with these results, he wouldn't have a job, to be honest.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon Ollie's the right man for the job long term?
United will give him time, and I've said that. The thing is, he's made some silly mistakes on substitutions and one thing and another. We take that. Do we need a big time manager who's been and done it? I think we do. But United will give him to the end of the season, as far as I'm concerned. If he gets to the top 4, he's done a good job. You see with a window in January, if he gets anybody, we'll see. But the players have got to take more responsibility for me. The players have got to step up to the mark. And if they do, and they play for him, as if they are playing for the manager, we'll see.
Thanks a lot. Well, thanks a lot, Joe.